Amigos do canal, estamos aqui em Denver para o jogo número 1 das finais da NBA. Os Nuggets estão nas finais pela primeira vez em sua história, são 47 temporadas e o Miami Heat se torna o primeiro cabeça de chave número 8 numa temporada completa de 82 jogos a chegar às finais depois de grandes vitórias em cima dos Bucks, dos Knicks e do Boston Celtics, né? Eu falei com o Duncan Robinson, jogador do Miami Heat, cresceu lá na região da Nova Inglaterra, né? E eu te falo, ele ficou muito empolgado de poder encerrar a temporada do Boston Celtics. Duncan, I know you grew up in the New England area, in Celtics country, and then you stuck a stake through their heart. How did that feel out there in TD Garden land?
Yeah, it felt great. We've had a couple battles, with the Celtics in the playoffs recently. They got us last year. Obviously, we got them a couple years ago, so it felt good to get them this year. That's for sure.
And you also gave them the ear, right? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I mean, you know about like the Celtics history and everything, and the Boston Garden and their fans are hostile and all that. That had to feel good.
It did. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I wasn't necessarily planning it, but for whatever reason, just kind of felt right. I mean, the building was rocking to start the game, and then all of a sudden, after that kind of run we went on, it just got real quiet. So I just had to kind of let them know.
Oh, absolutely, you did. Heat culture they talk about, right? There's a special culture in Miami. You got to have a certain body fat, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or else you can't play. What is Heat culture to you? How do you explain Heat culture?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's been made a big deal of, particularly as we kind of make runs in playoff series. Everyone wants to kind of talk about it. I think the biggest thing is just maximizing the opportunity and taking advantage of every single day. And, you have to have like a competitive spirit to you and just like a day-to-day approach of, all right, how can I really improve as an individual, but then also as a group, how can we maximize this opportunity to ultimately just try to win? And that's what it comes down to. When you put on this jersey, it just comes down to winning.
And speaking about the group, I got to tell you, Duncan, you won 44 games during the regular season. The Celtics won 57. You came in through the play-in. We didn't see that same team during the regular season. What happened to this group? I mean, you're the first 8th seed to make it to the finals in an 82-game regular season. I mean, that's history, right? Well, just what clicked for this group to all of a sudden just change from water to wine in the playoffs?
I mean, I think we knew we were always capable. I think we had the pieces and the tools to get to this point. It was just a matter of kind of coming together at the right time. And, we just faced different forms of adversity during the year. Guys being out, missing time. All sorts of things. Sometimes it just doesn't quite come together the way that you want, but I think the one thing about this group is, once the games became the most important down the stretch, we just kind of all rallied together and prioritized winning, and that's kind of what you've seen over the last weeks here.
Tá engraçadinho esse Duncan Robinson, né? O Robinson tem sido sensacional. Até no jogo número 6, eu sei que ele errou algumas bolas lá na reta final, mas foram 10 pontos no quarto período, naquela vitória dramática lá do Boston Celtics, eu entendo. Mas ele foi um jogador importante aqui pro Miami, especialmente na ausência do Tyler Hero. No lado do Denver, né? Cara, eu sei que a gente fala bastante, a gente fala de todos, na verdade, porque todos estão jogando muito bem, né? Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray é um dos jogadores mais clutch aí de pós-temporada aí nos últimos tempos, sem sombra de dúvida. Eu sei que ele ficou fora das 2 pós-temporadas anteriores a essa, né, por causa de lesão, mas em 2020 na bolha ele foi sensacional e nessa pós-temporada também tem jogado muito bem. A gente sabe o Jokic, né, venceu o prêmio de MVP aqui em 2 das últimas 3 temporadas, mas os coadjuvantes tem feito um trabalho muito legal, enquanto a gente vê o Conrado Juliette entrar aqui. Vem dar um oi aqui então pra galera. Aí, ó, o Conca. Não tem problema, né? Dá uma invadida aí, não tem problema. O Conca, né?
Pra minha mãe.
Dá um oi pra sua mãe.
Minha mãe.
É pra sua namorada.
Pra minha esposa, certo?
Ah, esposa.
Bom trabalho. Tá bonito, hein, Paulo? Gostei.
Você viu que eu falei namorada, ele ficou bravo.
Gostei da gravata, bonito.
Exato. E os irmãos cara de pau aqui. Os jovens maravilhosos, não é verdade? Mas os coadjuvantes do Denver Nuggets estão dando o que falar, né? O Kentavious Caldwell-Pope metendo suas bolas, o Bruce Brown jogando bem demais, o Aaron Gordon já teve alguns jogos expressivos, o Michael Porter, a gente sabe, não é bem coadjuvante, né? Um top 3 aí nessa equipe, mas a gente sabe que a qualquer momento ele pode meter umas 5, 7 bolas de 3 no jogo. Mas eu tive a chance de falar com o Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, que venceu um título com os Lakers na bolha em 2020 contra o Miami Heat e agora tenta esse título inédito aqui em Denver? Kentavious, it's your second go-round, right? You won the title back with the Lakers in the bubble, obviously a completely different experience here. And now with Denver, first time in the finals for the city. How special is that?
It's very special. Just making history and being part of that, it's exciting enough. And I'm looking forward to just getting these 4 games and winning another championship.
Yeah, and how has the city kind of embraced this team? Because you look at the history of Denver sports, right, with the Avalanche have had a lot of success and recently won the Stanley Cup. The Denver Broncos, obviously, right, with all the success with Peyton Manning and John Elway and all that. And now Denver here in the finals for the first time. How do you think the city has really embraced this team?
I mean, they show it to us every night we play, man. The fans are in here supporting us. We sold out almost every night, if not every night. And even just like outside of basketball, walking, enjoying the city, meeting new people. The city has embraced, this team a lot, for what we've done this season and what we can continue to do. It's exciting to know.
Yeah, and you've had the privilege of playing with 2 of the greatest players there in the NBA. Played with LeBron back in 2020, won the title with him. Now you're playing with Nikola. Different styles, right? Nikola's probably not going to win the slam dunk contest or the three-point contest here, right? But can you kind of compare the two? Like, obviously, they're both team players, but what's it like to play with LeBron and Nikola? How do you kind of compare and contrast?
I would say just, they both high IQ basketball players. They know the game very well, defensively and offensively. They make their teammates better, and they both willing passers, and can score the ball at any level. I would say, that's the most I could think about the same like they comparison.
Right. Now, when you went to the Lakers, play with LeBron, obviously you knew what he was all about, right? And then Nikola, maybe not the fastest player in the world. You probably had some expectations prior, but playing with him, was there something that you kind of didn't know that you kind of discovered after you started playing with him about just his style, just about the player that he is?
Just his game, his all-around game. Like I said, he can score on any level, and it's amazing to watch on how he does it. Footwork, hand-eye coordination, passes, whatever it is. It's exciting just to see it and watch.
Yeah. You make it to the finals. Obviously, there's a camaraderie, there's a magic about a team, right? And you guys seem so absolutely connected with Coach Malone. Speak a little bit about the chemistry that you think this team shares and how maybe it's different from past teams or even the Lakers in 2020.
Well, we started building this in training camp, just hanging around each other, talking, text message, whatever it is, what it may be, events like players' events, just inviting people out, like home to their houses, dinner, whatever it may be. Like we try to do as much as possible with each other, especially because we're going to see each other the most. I think that really helped a lot, just being around each other, like either it's on the court or off the court, and just hanging out.
Right, now you get to see Miami in the finals for a second time. What an amazing run that they've had, right? They come in as the 8th seed, got in the play-in and everything. You've seen their culture, what they're all about. Can you speak a little bit about Miami and what they bring to the table and how they go about their business?
They're solid. They're basketball. They're a great team. They play together. They play well together. Even with the injuries they had, some guys, the next man up mentality they got. They just relentless, I would say. They don't give up. They're going to fight 48 minutes. We just got to be ready for it.
Now, Miami is about, 6 feet above sea level or so? About 6 feet, right? Less than Jimmy Butler's height, if you will. Here we got 5,280 feet. Just walking around, you kind of, I came from Miami. You get a little winded, right? Do you think that's a factor?
I don't know. Who knows? They might be in shape. I don't know what their conditioning looks like over there in Miami.
But for you,
but for us, we've been here, the longest. The conditioning is great for us. Just being this high above sea level, being able to condition and run in this type of atmosphere, it's been great for us.
And how did you acclimate yourself coming to Denver to that? Does it take a while?
It took me a week, you know, to get used to it, maybe more. But I still have my moments where I'm short-winded, you know. But for the most part, you know, I'm accustomed to it. I'm adapted, and doesn't do much to me.
Então é isso aí, galera. É o seguinte, eu tava passando por aqui umas 5 horas aproximadamente antes da partida, né? E eu vi 2 turistas, né? Perguntei de onde vocês são? Taiwan. Vocês vieram para assistir o jogo? Sim. Pegamos um avião até São Francisco achando que ia ser os Warriors, né? Algumas semanas atrás. E aí os Warriors foram eliminados. Então 2 dias atrás decidiram comprar ingressos aqui pro jogo. Cada um pagou $1.000. Não é verdade? Por falar em ingressos, entrei lá no StubHub, né, que é aquele site de revendas. Ingresso mais barato, achei até ok, $540, com as taxas vai dar 740, ok? O mais caro, perto de $33.000. Denver, será que consegue vencer em sua primeira chance aqui nas finais? E Miami, cabeça de chave número 8, será que vem aqui roubar um joguinho aqui nesse início de série? Vamos ver. É isso aí, meus jovens. Deixe seu like, deixe seu comentário e falamos em breve aqui no canal. Um abraço.